Hello and welcome to another Bushwhacker review. Today we are going to be taking a look at Kevin Harvick's Honey Roasted Reese's Chevy from 2003. As always, take a quick look at the box. As you can see, you have a very nice box right here. Picture of Kevin in the Reese's fire suit, got a photo of the car in the background. Honey Roasted Reese's cups, Kevin Harvick's right there. Down the side you have another photo of the car as well as the same stuff. You see this car was actually a dealer exclusive. And that's because this was a 2003 car produced in 2005. When's the last time Lionel went back and made a car they didn't make before from like a couple of years ago? That'd be a nice thing to go back to, but they're never going to. See, they made a total of 2,340 of these things. Action collectibles, same stuff on the back of the box, and you, of course, have your copyright and such on the bottom of the box. Here is the car itself. This car was raced twice in 2003 at Darlington and Richmond. It's honestly funny because this car has a very similar background to Mars with their cars, because at the time this car was the payday car. That was their primary for the Hershey sponsored car, was payday. It had been that way for a couple years, but then they ran this a couple times in 2003. It was so popular that, what do you know, come 2004, what was the car now? It was the Reese's car as the primary. Like I said, it's exactly like what happened with Mars, because as you remember, it was the Skittles car, and then in 1998 at Las Vegas, they ran an M&M's car once. It was so popular that come 1999, boom, M&M's car. It is kind of funny that both companies did the same thing, where they did a one-off, or well, in this case a two-off, of a different brand, and ended up being way more popular than the primary brand. So a quick 360 of the car. This car is actually in the same base design as the payday car, which is the color swapped. Makes it look pretty interesting next to the payday car. I have reviewed the payday car before, so you can go look back. That was probably good 2-3 years ago by now. I reviewed it whatever year that somebody ran it as a throwback in the Xfinity series. But this is definitely very interesting. It's got that typical bright orange and yellow that you would expect from Reese's, as well as a bunch of honeycomb patterns all over the car. Like I said, it is exactly the same design as the payday car, which is really funny. Anyways, let's get down to sponsors. On the hood, you have Honey Roasted Reese's. Got Chevrolet Monte Carlo, number 21, and RCR. Down the side, you have Reese's and Payday. It's funny that it looks like it says Payday Honey Roasted right there. Safety Clean. You've got Snap-on and Sylvania down there in front of the rear wheel. On the C post, you have Dutchman and Sonic. And on the B post, you have Sherwin-Williams, Zero, J&J, and RCR. Kevin Harvick's name on the name rail right there. Got your Busch Series logo and Bud Polward logo and all that. On the back, you have Young's and Scotchman, your good neighbor store. And on the deck lid, you've got Timekin with, again, the honey roasted honeycomb pattern. Got the same stuff down the other side as usual. Take a look under the hood. Wants to open. Yeah. These old hoods usually aren't as stiff as the new hoods. Underneath there, you see you have the Honey Roasted Reese's logo again. There's the engine detail if you want to see that. Deck lid, of course, does open. Got your typical fuel cell and such back there. This was before they actually had the working roof flaps. I believe that was, it was 2005. I think is when they actually started putting the roof flaps on the regular cars. So this was produced in 2005. Why didn't it still get that? Because I'm pretty sure they were still using the Chevy body by that point, so I don't know. Anyways, there's the underside of the car if you want to see that. It does have these sticker tires that they used to do. Just a really cool special paint scheme. Like I said, this was a basically one-off, but two-off Reese's car. One of the very first Reese's cars. Not the first. That still goes to the fast break car from Kevin Harvick in 2001. Like I said, this definitely is a very unique Reese's car, and I think it is kind of forgotten about a little bit. Because, everyone, you constantly see photos of, just the primary 21 Reese's car and, other things like that. But, for one of the, lesser-run Reese's paint schemes, this one definitely doesn't seem to get much love. Or, I never see, people post photos of it or anyone really notice about it. So, hopefully this will bring a little bit of attention to it. If you want this car, it's actually a little bit difficult to get. It's not, crazy or anything, but since it was a dealer exclusive and is, a lesser-known Reese's car, it actually is it can be a little bit rare and can go for a little bit of a higher dollar at times, but if you want one, you should be able to find one not terribly hard. It's not like, to the level of like the insanity that the Elvis car is, or even the Fast Break car. But I said, definitely wasn't a normal release, so it definitely leads to being a little bit harder to get. But remember, for every diecast needs, you can go to circlebdiecast.com, and if you use the code BWhack, you can get $5 off shipping on any order over $30. Just go check that if you want anything. But I think that's pretty much all there is to say. This has been a review of Kevin Harvick's Honey Roasted Reese's Chevy from 2003. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.